Okay, interesting. Oh, what is this fuss about all the coins coming up one by one, and most of them are shit coins? They are not useful. Uh, Anyone can launch their own coin, and it like without any usability and all. So, can you walk us through Bitcoin, and then there's Ethereum, and then
Yeah.
there's Cardano, then there's like thousands of other coins. So, like, what is the ideology behind them? And like when you say there's a blockchain underlying, what exactly is blockchain doing? What exactly is blockchain underlying Ethereum doing?
And
So
also,
can yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
even I want to know, like, right from the basics, that how you do you classify that one is like a proper cryptocurrency, and the other one, like Shibu and everything, they are termed as shitcoins, and I have no idea why it's so. So maybe yeah, throw some light on that as well.
Sure. So, okay, I'll start with the whole chronology of
Yeah,
how
yeah.
blockchain and cryptocurrency developed from Bitcoin to wherever we are today.
Hmm.
So, Satoshi Nakamoto, the anonymous inventor of Bitcoin, first brought this concept into place. So, cryptocurrency was the first actual application of blockchain, and
Hmm.
Bitcoin was the like first cryptocurrency. So the underlying blockchain was the first actual blockchain. Now, the thing is, why do we require a blockchain for cryptocurrency? Let's say I build, we are using things like Airtel money or Paytm money,
Money.
stuff like that. Point is, we are trusting them with that money. I mean, when we put money in Paytm, we are trusting that okay, these Paytm credits can be availed back to us later on, or they won't be tampered with. But let's say I hack into the Paytm servers and tamper with all that money, or people who are into Paytm, they only do this thing on money around here and there. So I mean, but once your money is gone, it's gone. So that's why we needed a system which was secure by design, and that is what blockchain is. It is a system which is secure by design. It is not owned by one particular entity. So one particular entity can't basically make any change to it. So that's why we needed blockchain to enable real cryptocurrencies. So it's not like that we can't have cryptocurrencies without blockchain. If you look at it, the idea of cryptocurrencies is basically it's a pre-sale token. I
Yeah.
mean, let's say I'm working on C4 projects. I even wish to tokenize it someday. So how it would work is like I release a CFC C4 coin, and you purchase that coin, and you can use that coin to later on enroll in one of our programs or stuff like that. So it's basically a pre-sale token, a pre-sale security that okay, you're paying me money right now, and I'll give you that purchase later on. So cryptocurrency just formalizes this process in a way. But why we actually needed blockchain for that? Because we needed a system which was secure by design so that large scale scams couldn't be there. So this is why we need like blockchains, cryptocurrencies, and stuff. Now I'll get into the specifics. So Bitcoin was the first ever cryptocurrencies. It was the version of cryptocurrencies that failed to innovate. So even today it is the face of cryptocurrencies because I mean people don't
Hmm.
know about other cryptocurrencies, but they know about Bitcoin. They've heard about Bitcoin.
Yeah.
So it gave the whole blockchain a basic structure. It gave everyone the whole field redesigned itself. So blockchain based businesses are very different. So we have tokenomics there. Yeah, I mean, conventional business model gets converted there. The equity isn't same there. I mean, there are tokens. So basically, you instead of equity, you get tokens. But as the market needs increases, the value of those tokens increase, and that's why you make profits. So that's how it works there. So it was a whole revolution in itself. So the last revolution occurred with the first revolution which we know of like in terms of internet was the 1990 internet market. I mean companies launched at that time: Amazon, Google, Facebook, all the big tech which we know of today. Second was the revolution in we know of was Silicon Valley. They brought in AI, they brought in big data, they brought in after the invention of cloud, it became possible to leverage big data. So then the whole business models are based on leveraging big data and AI. I mean, Google leverages data, Facebook leverages data, all the major corporations leverage data. Now this was the third big revolution. I mean, the whole picture gets changed. The whole business models are different. I once had this idea of building a decentralized social network, and the business model was that you actually get paid to use the social network. So forget about free no social networks. You are getting paid to use a social network. So it was a total revolution in itself. Now that gave rise to other cryptocurrencies because when Bitcoin came in, its only utility was that it's people's money, actually. But Vitalik Buterin realized that more could be done with that, and he built a blockchain or a cryptocurrency on which you can build your applications. Because eventually, if Bitcoin is digital money, you can integrate it into digital applications. Then why not enable other applications to leverage this technology too? So that was the second big blockchain, Ethereum, and they enabled building of decentralized applications. So when I mean decentralized applications, that means that let's consider the example of a decentralized social network. So when you use social networks, if you have watched the Social Dilemma or other movies, you will know that how you're being manipulated into
Yeah.
liking pictures of certain people, or how you're basically made to addict that platform. But here you control what you want to do. Like, even let's say if you're holding Ethereum, you have the power to leverage that for equity and governance. So let's say if there's some major Ethereum decision going to take place, you can even cast in a vote that okay, we want this to happen with Ethereum. So basically, there's whole transparency involved. Like, you can't manipulate it unless, like, when you are on decentralized applications. So that was the revolution which Ethereum brought in. Then after Ethereum, the problem which Ethereum faced was that, again, it was the first blockchain that enabled decentralized application, but again it failed to innovate because not that it failed to innovate, but it was not scalable. So there's this scalability triangle. It says that a system can only achieve two things at a time. It can either be security, it can either be scalability, or it can either be decentralization. So they basically compromised on scalability and focused on security and decentralization. Till date, Ethereum is unhacked. So there was this one major hack that happened with Ethereum, and once some money was stolen out of Ethereum, the community decided to roll back on the hack, and they decided to create a fork, basically split the Ethereum into two. So you might have heard of Ethereum Classic, ETC. It is basically hacked version of Ethereum, and ETH as we know it is basically rolled back version of Ethereum, which was kept unhacked. So I mean, it's after this much amount of time, it's tested that you can't actually hack Ethereum, and with the other updates coming up, it will become even more difficult. So Bitcoin, when Bitcoin was launched, it gave the market an opportunity to develop blockchain which could develop decentralized application. When Ethereum launched, it gave up opportunity to the market to develop decentralized applications that can scale. Now there's a whole plethora of blockchains that are working into this right now, but none of them has achieved the goal. So there's Cardano, there is Solana, there is Internet Computer, there is Avalanche, there is Algorand. These are five major players who are working on a better layer one itself. So now, if you talk about scaling Ethereum, there are multiple ways to go about it. The first way is to like have a better layer one itself, so like have a better chain. Second way is to have like multiple chains so that you can like distribute the loads. So this is where this is where blockchains like Matic or Polygon focus on. So they basically pull in up multiple chains which can like distribute a load. Ethereum 2 is focusing on this as well, like having multiple chains where you can chart the load. So that is another way to go about Ethereum scalability. Then there are blockchains like Cosmos and Polkadot, which enable multiple blockchains to connect with each other. Then there is Chainlink, which enable centralized systems and decentralized systems to connect with each other. There's another issue. There was another issue with Bitcoin, that Bitcoin was also not scalable in terms of transaction. I mean, it had an upper limit and it was achieved pretty fast. So that's why it became a bit difficult to adopt Bitcoin, because the transactions were not as fast. I mean, it took a lot of time, and once it caught the fire, the gas fees and all were high, and other stuff. So transaction fees actually. So it also gave an opportunity in the market to develop faster Bitcoins, basically. So there's Bitcoin Cash, there is Litecoin, number of chains in that. An interesting blockchain here is Monero. So Monero enables people to transact money without actually revealing their identity or transactions. So it's basically a total complete private transaction system. It's commonly used for in the deep web, dark web, black markets and stuff. But the best thing about Monero is that no one can track your money, not even government. Yeah, apart from that, there's a lot of stuff. There's this whole DeFi space. So basically, whatever you can do in conventional finance, you can do in decentralized finance, like lending money, margins, options, synthetic assets. So there's a whole plethora of blockchain, but yeah, like the basic blockchain infrastructure is this, and there's a whole payment and financial system on top of that. There's a governance system on top of that, and yeah, then there are NFTs and stuff. So the market is pretty huge, but yeah, if you wish to just get started, you must understand this evolution of Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, and stuff.
Yeah.